From ABC News, around the world and into your home, the stories that touch your life. This is 2020 Sunday with Barbara Walters, Diane Sawyer, Sam Donaldson, Connie Chubb, Charles Gibson, and Hugh Downs. Tonight, who killed JonBenet Ramsey?
I did not have anything to do with it.
I did not kill my daughter, JonBenet.
The grand jury is hearing the evidence in secret. But now we reveal startling new evidence that our sources say police found. A child's scream on the fateful night. A surprising voice on the 911 call. Something mysterious about the ransom note. Are these clues that could help unmask a killer?
You look at something and you figure out who wrote it, in essence.
Yes, that's what I do best.
And for the first time on television, an exclusive interview with the lead detective who just quit the case.
Do the police know who killed JonBenet Ramsey?
Elizabeth Vargas with provocative details you've never heard before. What happened to JonBenet Ramsey? The perfect murder? Plus, you think you're giving money to a well-established charity.
There's no reason for me to be suspicious.
But what if we told you that dozens of familiar-sounding charities are the creation of just one man?
What you're saying is that the old established charity,
Right.
they own everything. There's no competition allowed.
Critics say he's raised hundreds of thousands of dollars, and a lot of people say they've been fooled.
How do people get away with this? I mean, how do they do this?
Did you assume you were speaking to one of the big cancer charities?
Absolutely.
Where did your donation go? Arnold Diaz investigates charities that play the name game. Those stories, plus the latest on Hurricane George, tonight, Sunday, September 27th, 1998, after this brief message. From ABC News in New York, Barbara Walters and Diane Sawyer.
Good evening and welcome to 2020 Sunday. Let us say at the outset that we've all seen a lot of stories about the JonBenet Ramsey case, but tonight we have new details, new information.
Isn't it amazing, Diane, that it's been 2 years and we are still fascinated by this case?
And 2 years in which no charges have been brought, no indictment has been brought. And we can't emphasize enough that the Ramseys are presumed innocent under the law and evidence is still being gathered. But tonight we have provocative new information that sources tell us comes from the police investigation.
We also have the first interview ever with one of the lead detectives who served on the case from the beginning and who recently resigned in protest, and you'll find out why. A grand jury in Colorado is just beginning to review the murder evidence in secret now. But tonight, Elizabeth Vargas has the JonBenet Ramsey story with brand new revelations.
Frantic family members began searching the Ramsey home. They found JonBenet's body inside a rarely used room in the basement. She had been strangled. Duct tape covered her mouth.
It is clearly a new chapter in the case of JonBenet, a bright blonde 6-year-old the world knows best through the distorting lens of the beauty pageant cameras and the spotlight of a bizarre crime scene. Around 9 p.m. on Christmas Day, 1996, the Ramseys say they came home from dinner with friends and carried a sleeping JonBenet upstairs to bed. They say it was the last time they saw her alive.
1 year, 8 months, and 21 days after the murder of JonBenet Ramsey, grand jurors assembled here in Boulder to begin reviewing evidence in the case. Sources say much of it implicates her parents. The proceedings here are secret, and unlike witnesses in federal grand juries, witnesses here can't even reveal they testified.
Now, we don't know exactly what the district attorney is presenting to those grand jurors, but sources have told us some of the key evidence Boulder police have collected. Last June 1st and 2nd, Boulder detectives made a presentation to the district attorney. That presentation included evidence, sources say, suggesting that one or both of the Ramseys were involved in or had guilty knowledge of the crime.
We also discussed and identified and articulated 30 specific reasons that we believe a grand jury is necessary in this case and why we think it'll be helpful in moving us forward.
Our information on what was said in that meeting comes from well-placed sources in various law enforcement agencies. We emphasize there may be evidence to the contrary not available to us, or different conclusions may be drawn. And a reminder, in law and in fairness, all people are considered innocent until proven guilty.
Sources say the ransom note written by the alleged kidnapper is considered a key piece of evidence. Handwriting experts have ruled out John Ramsey and others close to the family. They have not excluded Patsy Ramsey, who has submitted several samples. The ransom note analysis, however, doesn't end with handwriting. The detectives enlisted the help of this man, Professor Donald Foster of Vassar College.
You look at something and you figure out who wrote it, in essence.
Yes, that's what I do best.
Foster analyzes not the handwriting, but the text, the content, and syntax.
Use of language, grammar, source material, borrowings, political or religious opinions, and anything that might enter into making a piece of writing distinctively one person's or another's, from punctuation to spelling and so on.
The professor once discovered Shakespeare was the author of a century